127, Thursday, January 28th. You know the drill. I'm here to be your MBFF. Hope you're having a good day. By the way, Kevin McCarthy went down to Florida, the GOP House leader, to pal around with the GOP's Osama bin Laden, Donald Trump. This is remarkable. Instead of holding Trump accountable, he's rewarding him with a meeting and going on down there. No one should expect the GOP to hold Trump accountable. That would be like expecting Al-Qaeda after 9/11 to impeach Osama bin Laden. Not going to happen. That's their leader. We have threats of terrorism going all over the place now. Homeland Security is warning us. Today, Speaker Pelosi talked about it. And one of the leaders of this that's concerning a lot of people is Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, the queen of QAnon from Georgia. She's in her first term here. And there's one thing I want to say. She's horrible. She's despicable. She's vile. She's a bigot. She is trafficked in some of the worst conspiracy theories out there. But the truth is, she is not an aberration. She's a culmination of where the GOP has been going for years. She lines up perfectly with the GOP overall, with the rank and file. She lines up. In fact, do you hear Republicans denouncing her in Congress? No, because she's who they are. You know, it's like Trump. Trump was not an aberration when it came to his bigotry, his love of conspiracy garbage, his sexism. It was only that he was a little loud about it. They like their bigotry a little bit more coded, a little bit more deniable. So at cocktail parties, you're not uncomfortable when someone says something to you about, do you agree with Donald Trump's last statement? Well, here Marjorie Taylor Greene, what we're finding out even day by day, more and more alarming stuff from her past. We found out a few days ago that 2018 and 19, this is just a year ago before she ran for Congress, she was indicating her support for violence against Democratic members of Congress and the FBI because she viewed them as a deep state and they were hurting Donald Trump. She even liked a post on Facebook talking about putting, and this is stunning to hear, putting a bullet in the head of Nancy Pelosi. Despicable. She's in the GOP. She's called the Parkland shooting at the Marjorie Douglas High School that left 17 dead, a false flag operation. Same thing about Sandy Hook. Of course, she loves QAnon. We know that. She even in 2019, as we learn now, was harassing David Hogg, a survivor, a teenager who was a survivor of the shooting at Parkland at the school. The list goes on and on. But here's the thing. How is this any different than Donald Trump? How is this any different than where the GOP is heading? Okay, let's go through the list. Congresswoman Greene, Marjorie Taylor Greene, when she was in Congress, talked about Muslims who got elected to Congress were part of an Islamic invasion, and that if you're a practicing Muslim, you should not be allowed to run for office. How is that different than GOP? Donald Trump called for literally a total and complete shutdown on Muslims coming to this country, and that was in 2015 during the early part of 2016 campaign. On the right, Republicans have demonized Muslims for years and years and years. So she's right in line there. She has demonized Black Lives Matter. She has equated that with the Klan. How is it different than Donald Trump calling Black Lives Matter Marxist and a symbol of hate, and other GOP members demeaning Black Lives Matter? She has said the group most discriminated against in America, wait for it, white men. White victimhood, that's the GOP currency. That's exactly what Trump did. That's exactly what they do. How is that out of step? And you might say, well, her conspiracy stuff is a little out there. Well, Donald Trump defended QAnon, saying about them, I heard these are people that love our country, his exact quote. He's defended QAnon. He loves other conspiracies, from COVID as a hoax to the climate change is a hoax perpetrated by China. Violence, you might say. Well, her language is a little over the top, but let's not forget the fact that Donald Trump, during his campaign in 2016, called for punching people in the face. They were going to throw a tomato at him, and called for people to be roughed up. He defended his supporters who committed acts of violence, from the Kenosha shooter to his supporters who, during the campaign, were shooting paintballs at progressive activists. And of course, Donald Trump incited a violent insurrection that killed people. No, Marjorie Taylor Greene, don't let them tell you on the right, don't let the media give you a narrative that she is so scary. She's an outlier. She is so far out of step with the GOP. If she was, they would throw her out of Congress. because you need 2/3 of Congress to do that. And since the Democrats control Congress, all you need is a small sliver of Republicans to join us. She'd be gone. Do you hear the Republicans criticizing her? Do you see them on TV denouncing her? No. But of course, when it comes to Antifa or Black Lives Matter, the GOP has no problem denouncing them vocally and passionately. Don't fall for it. Marjorie Taylor Greene is exactly where the GOP is. They're a bigoted, hateful group that embraces conspiracy theories and views violence as one of the weapons in their toolbox to acquire and retain power. She is the GOP. And here's the thing. We must make sure we make Marjorie Taylor Greene the face of the GOP going into 2022 because she is. She fits perfectly. So let's do our best whenever we talk about 2022, because the midterm elections will be here before you know it. Do you want more of these type of people in Congress? And GOP base would say yes, but we're talking about the purple states. We're talking about the swing districts. Do they want them? Real Americans don't want that garbage, but the GOP loves it. So we'll talk about that and more on my show. I'll play some clips of her from the past, just unbelievable garbage that she has spewed, and it's vile, but it's the GOP brand. So again, let's not play games. Remember this, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not an aberration. She's a culmination of where the GOP has been going for years. She is one-stop shopping for all of their garbage. My show's live 6 to 9 p.m. on channel 127 on SiriusXM. If you don't subscribe to SiriusXM, come on over. Free trials. Check it out. Call in. Be a part of our family. We got a lot of work to do, my friends. As you can see, we got to defeat even more Republicans. We got to champion policies that help Americans save their lives. In fact, we got a great show tonight, full show. We got Congresswoman Ilhan Omar joining us, Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney, who's the chair of the House Oversight Committee. We have Dr. Seema Yasmin, the CNN medical analyst. We've got Frank Figluzzi, who you know from MSNBC, and Wael El-Zayat from CEO. He's the CEO of Engage, which gets Muslims more involved in politics. So full show, a lot of stuff to cover. Thanks for tuning into the preview of tonight's show.